In the year 2014, a new squad of operatives was chosen by the College of Illusion. These fools promptly went on to frustrate their DM at every opportunity. Today, still working together, because really, who else would work with them? They survive as adventurers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the Second Breakfast Club.
Tony Kinney as Eddie Falzone.
Jess Owen as Adira Glow.
Michael Cole as Uorag.
Jesse Wicks as Bill Quiverlance.
Nico Rodriguez as your DM.
Welcome back to the continuing tales of A Fool's Quest.
We should probably sit down and have a talk. Would you like to show me to your sanctum?
Yeah, come on in.
All right.
I hold the door for him.
And so he's like, congratulations. And he pulls a bottle of wine out of his pack. He looks like he was drinking earlier already. He's got little rosy cheeks, but, you know, he saw your sign.
The bottle's half empty.
So he's like, I brought something to celebrate. And you lead him into your sanctum. And he sits down and says, all right, so you have become a full clique. Obviously, we're kind of pending graduation. There will be a ceremony that will happen. But starting right now, tonight, in my eyes and the eyes of the rest of the staff here at the academy, you will be considered a fully operational clique. The ceremony will take about a week to prepare, about 5 to 6 days. We're going to try and speed it along, so it won't be as big as what you would normally have for a ceremony. But, Eddie, you will be expected to give a speech at the ceremony.
I could do that.
And the rest of you, well, actually all of you, will get a meal in your honor. So, do you have a request right now that you would like to put in, or would you like to think about what meal you would want? I'll need to know within the next 48 hours to give to the caterers.
No deviled eggs.
No
dragon fruit.
No deviled eggs or dragon fruit. That's valid.
Or ghost peppers.
Jeez, you're just crossing off my whole grocery list.
What was the other one?
I would like fish eggs and snails. Just make everybody else really, really unhappy. The spread.
I want a really big burrito, but stuffed with fish sticks, and instead of a tortilla, it's a giant waffle.
Wow.
Okay, so Eddie, you want
breakfast hit the spot, or lunch, whatever that was.
giant waffle fish stick burrito.
Something's wrong with you. Really.
And Bill, what was that? One more time?
Caviar and escargot.
Caviar and escargot. Sure. Uorag.
Oh, I do not need to eat.
But we have to... We're catering for the town. We're going to have a giant banquet table in your honor.
What would they like?
Fish sticks and waffles.
That does sound pretty good for them.
Putting down table 2 of fish sticks and waffles.
Second course. Second breakfast.
Adira, do you have anything sensible?
Dare I ask? Pancakes.
And pancakes. Because there wasn't enough carbs here already.
Correct. We gotta load up.
Just want to make sure that we're all clear on the fact that nobody said syrup.
I was just thinking
Carbo load.
I was
Lots
thinking
of
tartar
syrup.
sauce, though.
Ranch.
Bill forgot his syrup.
No syrup, just tartar sauce? Is that what you
tartar
said?
sauce.
Just ranch.
Jesus.
Well, there's the fish sticks, though.
This is a ceremony I might skip.
Nobody else is
But
eating.
you are the guest of honor.
What are we supposed to eat?
I could bring the lunch lady.
Broken mic.
You don't get to be outraged about me. You were hitting on a broom.
At this point, seeing that, and he takes a drink straight from his bottle of wine, doesn't even look for a cup, just drinks right from the bottle. I'm willing to answer questions that you might have that I wasn't willing to answer when you were students. Are there any...
Do you know the Potters had a Hydra?
No.
Huh, they don't anymore.
They are not allowed to have a Hydra on school property.
Well, we took care of it.
Oh, that's good. Thank you. I'll have to talk to them about that tomorrow morning.
Dean, we've heard rumors about the previous cliques going missing, disappearing lately, and that's why we're being kind of fast-tracked here. What's up with that?
Yeah, there are reports coming in of different cliques being found dead. 2 of them happened in the Evocation Nation very recently. Very tragic. Very tragic. We had asked them to come back home, and they were disentangling themselves from their political positions that they were in over there. Most of the missions that we put our cliques out on into other nations involve a guise. You don't go there as illusionists, you go there under an illusion. That is the nature of our country. So it takes a little while to detangle oneself from whatever life they've created there and come home. Unfortunately, someone, it appears, has sold them out, and they were found and eliminated. The more concerning issue is that one of the cliques recently here was also eliminated in our own borders. And we believe that might be due to a warlock.
It's interesting, you know. We were late this morning because of basically an attack on us. Illusory. You know, harmless prank seemed like, but it seems maybe a little more sinister.
Targeted.
Given that information. See, we were, someone conjured a fog and also conjured illusions of warriors from the Evocation Nation. And then this evening, when you just came up here, in response to, my little prank, that fog came back, and also just a horde of zombies. All in the Evocation garb.
But I didn't see them. Did anyone else see these visions you've had, or are they very individualized?
We all did.
We did.
Shared between you 4. Anyone else?
Doesn't appear to be.
Strack and the Bells had some trouble this morning too.
What trouble did they have?
I'm not sure. I didn't talk to him about it in depth, but it might be worth asking him.
Well, I think it probably won't do any harm to tell you. When I asked you earlier about having gained entrance to my study, someone went in there and tampered with some of my things, including a large jar of morning glory powder. Now, what morning glory powder will do is cause hallucinations. Morning glories themselves can cause hallucinations, but when you turn it into a reagent that an illusion wizard can use, you can take and you can burn the powder in someone's room or presence while they're sleeping. That same powder burned, if it came from the same plants, if they've burned it in one area, they have powder left over, they can cast a spell and create an illusion with it. So, if the four of you are seeing the same thing, probably what somebody did was take that Morning Glory powder, burn some of it in your rooms when you were sleeping, or something. It doesn't take a lot for you to ingest it. And then that powder will stay in your system for 24 hours where they can create specific illusions. And different people can create specific illusions. So, for example, you said that there were zombies and then a fog.
Yeah.
One person probably created the fog and the other created the zombies.
Griffins this morning too, wasn't there?
Yes.
And a griffin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're looking at the work of 3 individuals.
At least, yeah. At least 3. It
At
sounds
least
like
3.
it.
And they also didn't like our sign about suck it potters.
Seems curious, huh?
It does. And I mean, meh. Maybe we can chat nice with them at the commencement. Make up a little bit. Just a student rivalry, right?
Fair enough.
Well, Dean, I don't have any more questions at the moment, I don't think.
All right. The rest of you?
What about the incident in the lake?
Oh, yeah.
The incident in the lake, I've sent out 2 of the instructors to investigate it and go down there. We are a little nervous with it being on the mermaid territory. But we believe there might be a monster that has crossed over from a different plane of existence into our own down there.
Any idea what?
Not sure yet. We are finding a lot of the fish and other marine life down there have been being beaten to death or strangled and then released and floating up toward the top. So they're not eating whatever they're
just killing.
They're just killing.
The Bikini Bottom Strangler.
Do we have any way of like communicating with mer people?
The mer people are on. The mer people have a tenuous relationship with us up here. We brought this island here into their lake, and so they have agreed to let us stay, considering it wasn't us specifically that did it, our generation, but there is a animosity there that we invaded their territory and that we won't leave. We don't have the tools to leave now, even if we wanted to. I mean, we're illusionists now. This was a time before illusionists were here only, but they're not our biggest fans.
No.
They won't attack us unless we do something to provoke, but they're not our friends.
Okay.
All right. So since we passed, we don't have to clean up the cafeteria anymore, right?
Correct. Yeah.
All right.
I like that part.
I don't think we have any other questions for you at the moment.
All right.
It's been a long day.
Your first quest will be given to you formally at the ceremony. But just so you know, it's not a real mission, truly. We'll be sending you down to meet some enchanters in another town to pick up some magic items that we requisitioned. So we'll give you the details at the ceremony, but just rest assured, there is no concerns about having to fight a warlock or having to deal with the Evocation Nation. Nothing wild like that. We will get you into this new role with baby steps. Alright. Well, and he finishes his bottle of wine and leaves the bottle on the table there. Just in case you need that.
I turn those in for the deposit.
I'm going to leave for the night. And so he stands up and starts walking out of your house.
I hold the door for him.
I don't like it. Something's fishy. squad's dying in the Evocation Nation. Had to get tipped off. You know, had to get ratted on by someone in the Illusion Nation. Now here we are, getting harassed by illusion magic featuring evocation. And I think the Potters are behind it.
Could be.
Bill, next time you chat with them, see how their morning went.
Wait, I have to go back?
Nah, maybe. Maybe not tonight.
They made me drink beer. I'm very upset. Not only was it an ugly hat, it was an ugly hat full of beer.
All I know is we need to keep an eye on them.
Yeah, we should go. Oh, I should sleep probably tonight, huh?
Yeah.
We got woken up pretty early.
It's been an eventful day.
It has indeed.
All right. So do you guys call it a night?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
I'm going to go make sure the doors and windows are all closed and latched, though. Someone's watching us sleep.
That's true. I'm going to investigate the room to see if I can find whatever it was that was burning that stuff.
Okay, so you go investigate, and you do find along the threshold, it looks like someone had burned some kind of paper or some kind of parchment and had slid it under the door and was moving it back and forth from left to right. And you find ash marks down at the door threshold on each of your doorways, which you didn't see that night because you woke up to alarms going off and charged out of your bedrooms and didn't look.
We had all those kids.
Oh, there's underclassmen around, yeah.
We could probably hunt them down, the ones that were loading things up, and figure out who was in here. Because, yeah, they said somebody told them to unload all those vials anyway.
Yes, they did.
We could
sent
figure
them
out
to
who was in our
Frack.
house.
Yeah.
Make sure. Wait, they did tell us Frack, wasn't it?
No, we told them to go to Frack's room.
Oh, that's right.
But it's because they did say it was Frack.
Oh.
They said, who told you this? And they said Frack, and so you guys were like, take these to Frack's room.
And he did show up with the smoke and the zombies.
He did show up with the smoke and the zombies. Maybe the trouble that Frack had this morning was all because of us. I forgot about that. I forgot our actions have repercussions for other people.
What? No.
Strange.
Either way, I'm gonna maybe set some alarms before we go to bed tonight. Can you do that?
I can't.
Oh. Well, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna tie my symbols over the
It's an
doors.
abjuration thing. Probably. Yeah. Tire symbols over the doors. We got them locked.
And do that thing where I leave the door
What
cracked, but have glass balanced on top.
Do we
of
have
it.
underclassmen?
Yeah. Those underclassmen that were in the hallway are your underclassmen. They live here.
Yeah, but we can't trust them.
Oh.
They let him
Oh,
come
they're
in
guarding
and
the hallway all
burn
night
shit
then.
last night.
I mean, if you told them to do something, they would do it.
Yeah.
They're just not going to challenge other upperclassmen unless you've told them.
Yeah, we're
to
going
do
to tell them that if anyone from Frack's crew from the Bells comes by tonight, don't let them in without waking one of us up. We want to talk to them before they come in.
Probably the Potters too, right?
Yeah, probably the Potters too.
Okay. So you round up all the underclassmen, you give them this lecture, and they're like, all right, house on lockdown, boss. We got it.
Yeah. Someone burned some reagents in our rooms last night. Slipped them under the doors. You guys see any, Frack was here, right?
Yeah, Frack was here this morning early, before dawn.
All right.
I mean, he didn't go in your sanctum or anything. We wouldn't ever let anyone in your sanctum.
Appreciate that. All right. I think that's the best we can do for security for the night.
Yeah. It's
Underclassmen.
And I'll also change into a large spider with antlers and make me a nice web area in the corner in the ceiling, out of view, and that's where I'll stay, so I can monitor the door if anything happens.
Okay.
I'll extend some webbing to the doors and windows.
All right, cool. I'm not going to make you roll for the moves for that because I'll tell you, throughout the night, no one comes. The morning glory powder wears off for all of you. You're no longer affected by it. And you have successfully completed the Beans mission. And what looks like after 9 episodes, day 1 of this campaign.
Yes. To the cafeteria.
To the cafeteria.
In game, we're the most productive people of all time. Out of game.
We'll be right back after these messages.
This is a player from Carcosa Online. Please, you have to help. We are dying here. People are dying. What the hell is this game?
Hello. We here at Ballad of the Seven Dice are sorry for that interruption in your podcast listening. That audio clip was from a confused player from our new campaign, Escaping Carcosa, which can be found on the Ballad of the Seven Dice's podcast feed.
Please, let us out! They're eating us! They're eating us!
The story follows 2 groups. One is a group of investigators trying to free the trapped players using Call of Cthulhu 7E. The other is a Pathfinder 2E group that is trapped inside Carcosa Online. You can also find a visual novel version of our show on our YouTube, and we also have live airings of our episodes every second Saturday at 4 p.m. CST.
Tell my family I love them. Tell them
We hope to see you there. And remember, Nostradamus Corporation cares.
And now let's get back to the fun.
All right, so you wake up the next day. Congratulations, everyone. You made it to a new day. I'm very, very proud of all of you.
Day 2.
Yes.
You completed the main quest so far, which was to get the beads, and so everybody gets 1 inspiration. Yay! An inspiration will work much like it did in 5th edition, where you get to re-roll, but you have to choose to use the inspiration before you know what the what the impact of your last roll was, essentially. You can have up to 2 inspiration at one time. So yeah, you're good. Bill, you slept in this cozy cloak all night long, and you wake up and it feels like it fits a lot better, right? So the arms fit better, the sleeves are now the right length. It magically formed itself to your body while you slept, and it's even got a little hood too that you can put up, and it will fit over your hat like perfectly.
You're gonna like the way you look, I guarantee it.
It's kind of neat.
I like it.
And it gives you the ability to give it a magic word to activate it.
But I don't know what it does.
Not yet.
I have to give it a word to activate it.
Mischief.
Don't know what it does.
Now I'm drawing a blank. I don't know.
You don't know what your word would be? A magic word? Or even a symbol noise?
Mischief.
Go gadget cloak.
Go gadget cloak. There you go.
All right. So go gadget cloak. You attune it to that, and the cloak goes invisible, and you go invisible. You're looking in a mirror, and poof, you just disappear. But as soon as you go invisible, as soon as the cloak goes active, it starts smelling like the Chamber of Pots.
Oh no.
Giving it that rancid odor of just a sewer. A freshly defecated in sewer.
I wondered if that smell was going to follow us out of that.
Porta potties at the Battle of the Bards.
I'm gonna once again pull out my pipe leaf and sniff it while I walk around. And for science, I'm gonna walk up next to the other guys and see if they can smell it too, or if it's like just for the user.
Yeah, so you come out of your room and you see people out in the hallway and stuff, and you see Eddie coming out of his room, and you walk right over to him, and Eddie's like, "You smell it."
Adira, did you step in something when we were in the Chamber of Pots?
Yeah, like a whole bunch of guts.
Oh, something stinky. You smell this out here?
I do, but it's not me. I showered.
I'm gonna turn visible, like uncomfortably close to Eddie. Look what I found.
Go take a bath. You stink.
It's not me. It's the cloak, I think.
Oh, you said it did something quirky.
Whenever I turn invisible, I smell bad. It's
Perhaps it was the fish sticks.
Let's go into town and get some smelling salts. I'm gonna need them.
And some fish sticks.
They're gonna give us free fish sticks.
All right. I'm gonna go down to my desk real quick and just, make sure I've got everything I need.
Okay. All right. So there were some things that you guys have had and have collected. You live here and that sort of stuff now. But you've got access to a good group of like standard traveling things. Are there any things that you want to grab out of your house right now that you would like to add to your inventory?
Rope.
Rope? Okay. You could grab rope. So maybe 25-foot spool of rope.
Rope is useful.
I'm just gonna grab a collection I will have had of gold leaf that I've picked over time living here to have prepared for when I need it.
Okay.
Can't think of nothing. Just, my spell book and bag of books and whatnot.
You do have things like candles and oil lanterns and...
Oh, yeah.
I mean...
Yeah, that's probably a good idea, actually. I'm going to grab a couple of candles.
Okay.
Toss them in with my bag of books.
All right. Some
matches or whatever. And then that way if I need to read a book in the dark. And then I'm going to grab one of the oil lanterns, too. And
one of those novelty tie flasks.
We should ask the dean if he was going to let the other teams know that we won.
I thought we let them know we won.
Yeah, you made it.
We just said, suck it, Potters.
That's true. I guess they didn't know that we had the bells.
Yeah.
No, they did. Everybody saw us take the bells.
No. The bells thought the Potters took theirs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Well, the Potters knew we had the bells, but the bells thought the Potters had it.
That's right.
That was cool. All right. I say we stop at the Potters first this morning. What do you guys think? Maybe we catch them at breakfast.
Through the cafeteria.
Can I sneak up all invisible on them while they're eating?
Please.
Try.
You're despicable.
Make it smell.
Done.
Just, I don't know if you should flaunt that we stole their cloak of invisibility. Nah, hell with it. I'm bringing the wand, too.
You don't think they noticed the dead Hydra?
Only if they checked on it.
Maybe they didn't go down and check yet.
That seems unlikely.
Is the Hydra something I could maybe study the essence of? Since I've encountered one now, I can research and maybe someday incorporate it into a form I take.
Oh, man, I feel like we should put a roll to that. Yeah, from fighting it, doing battle with it. Yeah, I would say so. So, what's your druid or your druid core stat?
Let's see. It's one of the moves that says studied essence. When you spend time in contemplation of an animal spirit, you may add its species to those you can assume using shapeshifting.
Okay.
So I figured that would be DM's discretion.
Yeah, I think because a Hydra's not really an animal, right? It's like an aberration, isn't it?
I think
a monstrosity, maybe.
Yeah. So I think I'd be willing to let you do it, but I kind of want to do a roll for us.
Or maybe not until I've leveled up to where I can get another move.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's make it pending. We'll make it pending. So after your level up, You get and your next advanced move, we will add Hydra to the list of creatures, and not like a fully grown.
No, I get it.
Yeah, and you're not going to be able to like regrow parts and limbs and stuff in combat. Like when you take damage, but you could take the form of like a
baby Hydra.
A baby Hydra with
chibi Hydra
with 6 heads and 3 stumps, because the one that you studied only had 6 heads and 3 stumps. So
a wounded Hydra
and antlers,
and each of those heads has a partial
missing ear.
Yeah, missing ear and antlers. Gotta be terrifying.
I mean, the whole idea is terrifying just on its own. But no, this is fine.
Really unsettling part is the fact that the antlers come out of the necks and not the heads.
Why?
Just down the back, they're like rows of
Just
antlers.
to roll them like Godzilla spikes.
A Stega Hydra.
Yes.
It's got 9 brains in its tail.
Down to the Thagomizer.
All right, you guys are all back up to full health. I'm moving this along.
Poor Thag.
And you go get breakfast? You do anything else beforehand?
No, let's head to breakfast and see if we can catch the Potters there.
All right.
So the cafeteria back open.
Yep, so the cafeteria is back open. They're doing scramby eggs and bread. So the toasters are still broken. They're still going to have to... They gotta have some gnomish engineers come work on them. But besides that, they've got some scramby eggs and some bread with some butter and jam and honey. But no syrup. Still no syrup.
I brought my leftover syrup from yesterday. I keep it on me now.
It was a whole big jar.
Are the Potters here eating?
Yep, Potters are there eating.
All right, I'm gonna go Gadget Cloak and just walk up and sit next to him at the table.
All right, so you go and you sit next to him, and you hear them talking a little bit. Just that they know that you have their bead. Essentially, is the conversation that you get. They're complaining about how, it's bull crap. They were supposed to get the bead. Both of the boys are giving Hermione just the grief because her hiding space was the dumbest hiding. Obviously, it didn't do the job. Thanks a lot. Theirs would have been better. And and then all of a sudden, Hermione goes, "Would you two shut up? It's starting to smell a lot like Gary's cloak in here. Do you guys smell that?" And Gary says, "It does smell like my cloak." What? Donna, did you borrow my cloak again? And Don's like, "Gary, I'm visible. No, I didn't borrow your cloak. You're not even supposed to have that cloak." And Gary's like, "I know, but my parents left it to me." "Got it. It smells like my parents around here."
It's that old people smell.
Oh, you stole his heirloom. You stole the orphan's heirloom.
I'm gonna slide while they're talking. I'm gonna slide Gary's plate in front of myself and then take my hat down and just start talking to him while I'm eating his food.
I'm eating his food, wearing his cloak.
And Gary's like, "Oh, holy,
this thing smells terrible. Your parents smell terrible." I'm just gonna keep it.
So not only did you guys take our bead, but you also killed our pet and stole my mom's gift that she left to me.
Look, your mom likes me better, first of all.
My mom doesn't even know you, and she's dead.
But everyone likes me better. I'm assuming she's a reasonable woman. Listen.
Was a reasonable woman.
Well, tomato, whatever. Keeping it. Do you guys make that smoke?
I don't know what you're talking about. And Don Beasley says, that Hydra was a gift to us from Haggis, okay? And we were not allowed to have him, but you killed him, and now Haggis isn't going to let us have any more pets.
I don't know.
Good.
I'm gonna sit down with my scramby eggs and bread. Listen here, Potters. You know you weren't allowed to have that Hydra down there. But I want to talk to you about yesterday morning.
Okay.
Did you guys have any trouble when you got up?
No, we got up, we got dressed, and we went to class. We got there before any of you.
Yeah, that's kind of funny, isn't it?
Like funny ha-ha or funny
Well, I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you, I make you laugh, I'm here to fucking amuse you. What do you mean funny? Funny how? How am I funny?
Like funny fishy.
Oh.
And I'm gonna take a bite of a fish stick. We don't have fish sticks this morning, do I?
You have one left in your pocket.
Yeah, I got a leftover one. Still wrapped in half a waffle. Funny fishy. Funny like the way that cloak smells.
Yeah, it smells awful, but no, we didn't run into any trouble. Why?
Well, we did, and then we ran into it again last night after our, our little prank there.
Yeah, we heard about that.
Yeah. So the trouble we had, best I can figure, was from morning glory dust, which I'm sure Hermai can fill you guys in, but well, wanted to make sure it wasn't used. I'm pretty sure I know who it is, though.
Don Beasley looks absolutely puzzled. He has no clue what you're talking about, and he's got his eyes on a muffin. And Gary Slaughter is like squinting at you, like trying to decide if you're a bad guy or not, like maybe working for the Dark Lord that's trying to kill him. He hasn't quite figured you out. And Hermai is lost in thought, and she says, "Morning glory powder. Where did you find morning glory powder?"
Well, I didn't find it.
Oh.
Someone else did and used it against us.
How do you know it was morning glory powder? That's hard to come by.
It is hard to come by, but you want to know? I happen to know someone got a hold of some that they shouldn't have.
Interesting. Did you tell the dean about this?
Yeah.
Because that stuff's dangerous. You can really mess with someone.
Yeah.
Like you could make someone walk off a cliff.
It's dangerous stuff. I'm just glad it wasn't used. I think I know who it was. Just be careful around the bells.
Yeah.
If I were you, I'd tell your underclassmen not to be so lenient about other cliques just walking in too.
Yeah, I mean, I'll talk to him, but we're not really that uppity with our stuff. Not like the bells are. Like at the end of the day, we're all on the same team.
Yeah, but I mean, if your underclassmen were a little more prepared, you guys might have won.
That's true. Gary's like, I think we should work on building a better following, making people love us. But hey, so you got the bead. Congratulations. We're all for that. We won't say anything about the Hydra. I mean, we don't want to get in trouble with the dean. So we won't bring that up, and we'll tell Haggis, that it got loose and you were able to take care of it. And but you can keep the wand. That's totally fine. We won that. But if I could get my parents' cloak back at some point, that would be awesome.
I can probably get his parents' cloak. I'll take it off and I'll set it down, and while he's grabbing it, I'm going to take his muffin and walk off eating it.
And then after he puts it on, say, go catch a cloak and make him turn invisible.
All right, so you did that. So jot down in your notes, Bill, that the Potters owe you a favor.
Nice.
And Eddie, you do get the real sincere vibe that they aren't the ones that have the morning glory powder.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's the bells.
Frack. Sounds like something.
Break into Principal Belding's Dean Smelding's study and use valuable reagents just on a prank. That's absolutely something Frack would do. That's smarmy son of a gun.
Yeah, see why I wanted you guys to face off against them, and you skipped that whole chapter.
We sure did. Fuck you, Screech.
I spent 2 weeks on that.
His name's Beach.
Oh yeah, Beach.
All right. Okay, cool. Anything else here?
Finish my breakfast and I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we go talk to the bells now?
On a more serious note, there are thousands of ways that each school of magic differs from the others. However, the academies do have similarities that are shared between them. The most notable similarity is the terminology that is used for their students. Underclassmen, also known as squires, are the entry-level students in the schools. Most individuals never leave this rank due to their lack of magic ability. All squires will have a very basic education in magic control and the rules of their school, but when it is determined that they will never be a fully adept magician, they are released from their academic obligations and are allowed to follow their own pursuits. Many squires will apply to join a clique of one of the upperclassmen. While they may never be as powerful as the upperclassmen, their ability to use low levels of magic allows them to act as support for the more powerful magicians. Many squires will take up normal lives in the nation where their academy resides. For example, in the Illusion Nation, many squires that do not join cliques will find their place in one of the established towns or among a wandering clan. Illusionist squires are highly sought after for many types of jobs throughout the nation. Many tailors employ illusionists. The ability to cast an illusion of an outfit on the customer and make tweaks to the outfit before ever cutting a thread saves tailors and armorers time and materials. Illusionist squires are also responsible for most of the world's art. Paintings, drawings, sculptures, and other types of art can be easily commissioned by patrons when the illusionist can cast an image to show the customer exactly what they will be buying. While there are plenty of roles that squires can take that fit their innate abilities, their true devotion is almost always to the nation of their school. When it comes time for war, all mages, powerful or not, will heed the call. Thank you for listening, and I hope that you enjoyed this small piece of lore. If you would like more tidbits, or maybe to see some maps and talk to the cast and crew, be sure to follow us on our social media or join our Discord. All of those links and more can be found at www.afoolsquest.com. Thank you.
This concludes this episode of A Fool's Quest. Join us next time for more fun and daring adventure. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to like, subscribe, review, and comment on your favorite platform to listen to A Fool's Quest.
And check. I'm good.
Check.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Check.
I'm Rod, and I like to party.
Not what you
Party.
said.
Shoes.